Shalom uvracha, friends, especially to all of the newcomers to the LPI broadcast list. It's so phenomenal to have you with us. We're so excited as we embark on this new series in our Chassidus Daily program in the sefer HaMeor SheBah from Mordechai Yosef Leiner of Ishbitz, Schus Yagon Aleinu. In today's teaching, a classic from the Heilige Meor Einayim, the tzaddik speaks about the Maimer Chazal that states Gedola Shimusha Shal Torah Yosim Limuda. Literally, this means that the Shimusha Shal Torah, sort of assisting Torah scholars, right? Shimusha Shal Torah, being engaged, being involved with those who study Torah, is Yosim Limuda, is even greater than the actual study of Torah. Shimusha Shal Torah can also mean to be meshamish, meaning to say to learn in a more practical way how the Torah is applied vis-a-vis how it's actually learned out of a text, to be able to see the living text of it. That's Shimusha Shal Torah. But the tzaddik says something completely different. The Heilige Meor SheBah very classically says, you know what Shimusha Shal Torah is? What is it that is going to assist in our engagement with anything? What is it that's giving us that drive to compel us to really involve ourselves with something with complete commitment and total involvement? It's the ratzon for that thing. It's the desire for that thing. That's called Shimusha Shal Davar. That's the Shimusha of something. There's the thing, and then there's what compels us into engagement with that thing, which is our desire, which is our ratzon for it. And so the tzaddik says, you know what Chazal are really intimating, are hinting to us in their words, Gedola Shimusha Shal Torah, Yoser Limuda, that the Shimusha Shal Torah is even greater than the actual study of Torah. He says Chazal are telling us what they tell us in another place. Rachmana liba boy. HaKadosh Baruch Hu desires the heart and soul of a Jewish person. That the yearning for the Torah study, that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes pleasure in. Of course, it has to actually become manifested in our study of Torah, in our engagement with Torah and mitzvahs, but ultimately Rachmana liba boy, what we call the princess, vis-a-vis the 6 sons that are more the external involvement with the religious behaviorism and the actual living of a Torah life, but the neshama is the princess. The neshama, the ratzon, the yearning, the desire, the personal involvement. This is who we are. This is what our life is all about. That's what's precious to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the Meor SheBah says, Gedola Shimusha Shal Torah Yoser Limuda. When a Jew sits down to learn, you know what Hashem is looking at? Not the learning in and of itself, but how much desire there is to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu through the learning, to be able to make our minds a little bit more Torah-dic, to be able to elevate the perspective with which we look at the world. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes pleasure in. And that, says the Ishbitzer, was the primary creation of the world. So that we should yearn to constantly grow in our das, in our perspective, in our awareness, and our understanding, like we learned in yesterday's very frightening teaching, is that however much consciousness we obtain and we attain in this world, that's how much we're going to be left with. All of our schar olam haba will be processed through how much hasaga we attained while in this world. And so really, we better get cracking, because the ikr is to try to get to a very lofty level of awareness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and of the Torah and mitzvahs. There's infinite depth, and we have to mamish start digging. So that's the nakuda. But the main thing is we have to remind ourselves all the time, the ikr is the ratzon. The ikr is, like Chazal say, Rachmana liba boy. Not what the Navi Yeshaya tells us, Bisvasav kibduni. Very nice, they honor me with their lips, but libam richak mimeni. But their hearts are not there. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants the heart. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants the Shimusha Shal Torah Yoser Limuda. May we merit to connect to the princess of our Yiddishkeit, to really connect to the core, to the soul, to the essence of what it is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought us into the world to carry out this revelation of Gadlus, this revelation of the princess, this revelation of the Shechina hakedoshim, of the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in our lives. Thank you so much for listening. Have the most wonderful day.